Well, it is a rarity for a company to sue a country, but we are on that road right now. We're not there yet. I'm talking about Exxon escalating its dispute with Russia over its exit from the Sakhalin 1 project that it has been involved with, of course, for many, many years in that country. It was last spring when Exxon said, we're out, took a $3.9 billion charge, and expected to be able to wind down operations with the expectation being as well that it would find another company to come in and take over, essentially. It's not the day-to-day workers who are all Russian nationals. It is the senior management, the engineers and the like, who are also there that need to be replaced with similar quality engineers, and that seems to be an issue. Seems to be something that Russia has not been able to, or I should say Exxon has not been able to replicate, and they've also been prevented from replicating by the Russian government. So now you have the escalation of this dispute to, they've basically filed a notice of dispute, essentially, but it could end up in what would be international court, and then you potentially could find yourself in some sort of a case where they actually have a judgment against Russia. This was 200,000 barrels a day of production. 220,000. Down to 10,000. They're basically producing enough to keep the lights on in Sakhalin itself.
That's it.
But you can't just shut these plants down.
No, you can't.
You have to keep them going. And you have to keep them going at a level where certainly Exxon would say respects the environment, most importantly, because they have significant concerns that were they hand this over or somehow shut it down, it would result in potential
it's funny.
Problems.
Not funny, but if you remember, Carl, when we had the Uri, the hurricane in Texas, you saw what happened. Very few of those plants were ready. And so they hit the storm, and the storm destroyed their ability to start up again.
Right.
I mean, these things are so complex. We just think, we have an image of Rockefeller in the Bradford Fields in Pennsylvania, where they're just, putting pipe down, they're stealing the oil from everybody else. No, I mean, these things are technological marvels.
And by the way, doing that in the middle of the Arctic or wherever the heck they are up there is even more of a technological marvel.
But
in terms of what they were able to actually do with their engineers there and the lateral drilling that took place. It really is technologically and incredibly, as we showed in our documentary. Just you go off the coast of Guyana, you look at what is actually involved in the process. No, it's incredible. By the way, on Peacock, behind the paywall, I'm sorry to say, but worth a viewing nonetheless.
People should know that when you have these fields, the reason why they're so great is that when you see big oil numbers coming out of the Permian, they have to drill those constantly to replenish. But like a big field in the Gulf, like Chevron has, holy cow, they produce 160,000 every year. So this is the kind, this is pure gold to have that 220,000 every year, because otherwise, I mean, we just have to replenish, and replenishment is the kiss of death.
Well, you got, Citi recently made their exit from Russia, and then Jim, on Ukraine, there's a lot of discussion this morning about Kyiv. Making a new offensive, a counteroffensive, taking a little bit back from what Russia's gotten.
You mentioned the idea that the natural gas is building. There had been a lot of people who felt that Germany and France would sell out Ukraine and have meetings with Putin on their own and get to a peace treaty without Zelensky in the room. That is coming off the table, which I think is allowing more offensive. However, remember, our country believes that Russia is a sanctuary. And that's what the military guys all visit, Jim. It's a sanctuary. Meaning that Biden is forbidden any of our weapons to be used offensively against what are known Russian land.
Meanwhile, the Russians are still selling plenty of oil, financing this war. In fact, their revenues this year were more than they were a year ago.
How do you feel about that?
It's not working the way it was supposed to in terms of at least trying to sort of cut them off.
Exactly.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.